Federal agents took Sean Diddy Combs into custody. They placed Combs under arrest and lead him out the front door in handcuffs.
He led Biggs to his death. He caused a rift between Wolf and BMF that led to Wolf death. Cussed Wolf mother out. Lied about owing him $300,000.
He may feel a different way about it, but he knows the truth.
What's happening to him now is one of the greatest tragedies that we're gonna ever read about, bro.
Elon Musk and 50 Cent just unleashed something explosive, a truth nuke rocking the whole entertainment landscape. But here's the crazy twist everyone's talking about. Diddy might not actually be the top dog pulling strings. He could simply be the smokescreen. If everyone's focused on him as the ultimate mastermind, they're probably staring at the wrong target. Word is Elon isn't just chatting, he's reportedly holding concrete evidence. Years of data, private messages, and insider info from the Twitter/X vault. This isn't rumor. It's material that could rewrite the narrative in a heartbeat. Some are sketching this whole saga as a power pyramid. Bottom tier, names like Jay-Z and Beyonce. Middle level, heavy gatekeepers such as Oprah and Clive Davis. And right at the peak, one shadowy figure said to connect it all. The reach doesn't stop at studios or offices. It extends into politics, image control, and even religious circles. 50 Cent has been dropping breadcrumbs about that religious angle for months, and now it's starting to line up. Buckle up, things are about to heat up fast.
I believe that they gave me a raw deal because this fucking industry is a monster. It's the same monster that these Me Too bitches was trying to tell you about. But they hate the monster for how it fucks, and I hate that monster for how it eats. But my God, man, it's the same monster. When I quit the show, all my friends would say, well, fuck them, Dave. Why don't you just do Chappelle's show at another network? Yeah. And why doesn't a slave run from one plantation to another plantation because the master over there might be nicer? My God, man, I was trapped. You know what, to tell you the truth? I've even thought about coming back and doing another Chappelle show.
Before we dig deeper into this darkness, let's be clear. The Diddy saga goes far beyond hip-hop. This isn't only a music tale anymore, it's a raw power story touching every corner of entertainment. 50 Cent dropped his bombshell documentary, The Reckoning, and framed it in a way few had the courage to. His core message landed like a punch. Staying silent makes the whole culture look complicit. So instead of zipping it, he spoke loud. But it gets uglier. One of the wildest allegations is that Diddy supposedly wired his homes with hidden cameras, not just a couple, but hundreds. Insiders say those cameras recorded everything at his private late-night gatherings. And according to some close to the situation, it wasn't purely for kicks. Commentators like Jaguar Wright and Gene Deal describe a chilling picture. The footage supposedly served as silent blackmail insurance, controlling people without Diddy ever having to say a word. Now rumors are swirling that those tapes are quietly being relocated, causing serious panic among several major names who might be visible on them. So where does Elon Musk fit in? That's where the plot twists hard. He controls X, a platform sitting on years of private messages and chats among the world's most influential people, from stars to politicians. When Elon appeared on Joe Rogan, he didn't just hint, he directly highlighted the massive gap between public personas and private conversations. Tension is rising.
How did you get that footage of Diddy?
I figured most journalists would not disclose their sources.
Does he know y'all have this in the doc?
I would doubt he knows.
So when this airs, that'll be the first time that his legal team, Diddy, that everybody knows that this footage is now seeing the light of day. Perhaps.
Elon Musk name-dropped Jennifer Lopez not for politics, but as a reality check. He basically asked if people were that tight with Diddy back then, where were the red flags? Where was the warning when things looked wrong? His question struck deep. There was none. That moment set social media ablaze, forcing a question nobody wanted to answer. If someone that close never spoke up, what does that really mean? They were clueless, hard for many to buy, or they knew and chose silence. And if it was silence, then why? Fear, loyalty, image protection, or shielding someone even higher up the ladder? That's when we start climbing the so-called pyramid, starting with Jay-Z and Beyonce at the first visible layer. And trust me, that's barely the beginning.
That Dream Hampton was being financed and ran by Sean Carter. They were able to go and get all of these witnesses because he was there with Robert Kelly. How does Jay-Z sit down with Gayle King and she not ask him one question about the intersection between him and Aaliyah and Robert Kelly? This is insane. But everyone knows what's going on, and it's been going on for years. It's been going on before Diddy. See, people keep looking at him like he's the Sputnik that came out of nowhere. This is someone who was designed to be what he is. And if we're going to do that, then we got to go back. We got to go back to even further the mentors of these people, because Diddy was taught how to do what he does systematically, and Clive Davis has been his greatest teacher.
Jaguar Wright went on Piers Morgan and said things many believe she was never meant to say. She laid out the alleged deep ties between Jay-Z, Diddy, and more. Then the full episode vanished almost immediately, scrubbed, buried, nearly impossible to track down. That disappearance only fueled more suspicion. During the interview, she asked the question that's haunted fans for years. How does Jay-Z do major interviews with Gayle King and never get pressed on decades-old rumors? She didn't mince words, labeling both Diddy and Jay-Z as monsters who've allegedly crushed the industry for years. Then she pushed the Aaliyah theory further than most, suggesting Jay-Z had some personal link to her tragic flight and who benefited afterward. Let's be very clear. None of this has been proven in court. But the reason it keeps resurfacing is simple. Jay-Z has never publicly addressed those persistent whispers. In today's digital world, silence reads as a deliberate choice. People started asking, why would Jay-Z's top attorney suddenly show up in Diddy's legal drama? Coincidence? Connection? Or something much larger moving behind the curtain? Timing felt off, and the internet dug in hard.
Footage that was captured inside of a Los Angeles hotel in 2016 allegedly shows Combs assaulting then-girlfriend Cassie Ventura in a hallway. A now-settled lawsuit filed by Ventura claimed that she was trying to leave the hotel after a drunken Combs punched her. The video appears to show Combs chasing her down the hall, throwing her to the ground, and then repeatedly kicking her.
The leading theory feels simple yet explosive. Control the narrative before more big names get pulled into the light. Because if Diddy ever decides to talk, insiders say a long list of powerful figures could fall alongside him. That's why the spotlight keeps swinging back to Jay-Z's early rise. You can't discuss that era without mentioning Big L. Big L helped open major doors for Jay, linking him with Dame Dash and setting up game-changing deals. Then, just days after those talks reportedly began, Big L was murdered in a Harlem drive-by. The case remains unsolved. Jaguar Wright and others have suggested his death might not have been random, but part of a disturbing pattern of sudden convenient endings that cleared paths for certain rises. Coincidence? Possibly. But when people line up the timeline, the pattern feels disturbingly consistent. Moving up to level 2, the story shifts from fame to leverage. Here we find names like Oprah Winfrey and Clive Davis. Critics have long highlighted Oprah's close ties to Harvey Weinstein. The photos, events, public praise, all while serious allegations were already circulating. The big question, with her influence, why didn't she expose it sooner? In these circles, silence is frequently interpreted as protection. Then there's the controversy around the girls' school she supported in South Africa, early allegations, staff dismissals, official statements, yet some still say the full story never added up. That keeps pulling her back into discussions about influence, oversight, and what the ultra-powerful choose to ignore. Old photos and buried rumors about Oprah keep resurfacing, painting her as quiet power, the kind that doesn't need headlines. One call from her can reportedly decide bookings, blackballs, or sudden difficult labels. Real silent influence. Then Clive Davis, music legend, longtime Arista boss, architect of generations of stars. His shadow is enormous, but things get murky. Suge Knight has claimed for years that Clive and Diddy's relationship went far beyond mentor/protege. No hard evidence has surfaced, but the claim persists because it fits the larger narrative of hidden alliances too convenient to dismiss. Whenever reporters press Clive about Diddy, people note the awkward interviews, tense body language, quick deflections. Not proof, but enough for endless online replays.
A lot of people are curious about the status of P. Diddy.
Status of what?
P. Diddy. Diddy.
Like puppy. The status of puppy.
All right. No comment from Clive Davis on P. Diddy. Mr. Davis, you're a major influence on the career of P. Diddy. Have you spoken to him since the federal raid? Have you spoken to Sean Combs? Any comment, Mr. Davis?
Then there's the Whitney Houston story. The public refuses to drop, questions about her final days, the people closest to her, and what really happened. Many feel the official account is incomplete. Family comments over the years have only deepened the suspicion. The question that never dies: how has Clive Davis carried decades of heavy rumors and never truly been held accountable? That's where the fall guy theory gains traction. Many believe Diddy is the visible lightning rod, the face taking all the heat, while the true architects and gatekeepers remain protected deep in the shadows. And now we reach the pyramid's peak, the name that shocks most people: Bishop T.D. Jakes. Yes, a pastor, a spiritual icon, a moral authority. Yet 50 Cent has been quietly pointing toward that name for months. The theory: if influence reaches all the way into the pulpit, this stops being just celebrity drama. It becomes a systemic issue. Some believe Diddy needed a clean, respected figure beside him for legitimacy and untouchability. Many see T.D. Jakes in that role: strategic credibility. Viewers also notice T.D. Jakes appearing in the Reckoning rollout, not randomly, but placed at precise moments, almost like signals. When Lil Rod described waking up sore after Diddy's parties, a calm clip of T.D. Jakes talking about love and energy appeared immediately after. Many online insist that edit was deliberate, a subtle message from 50 Cent. Then Cat Williams' resurfaced prediction that 2024 would expose everything, no matter who's involved, hit like a fulfilled prophecy. From studios to the pulpit, people are bracing themselves.
Check this out, bro. He led Biggs to his death. He caused a rift between Wolf and BMF that led to Wolf death. Cussed Wolf mother out. Lied about owing him $300,000. Cause you had asked me how I feel, and I'm gonna get into how I feel. Some people, their karma is so strong for what they do and what they did. The stuff that he did to Craig Mack, the stuff that he did to Black Rob, and all those people in the spiritual world right now. His karma was bound to catch up with him, brother.
When Bishop T.D. Jakes was finally asked about the Diddy allegations, his response ignited chaos online. Instead of a clear denial, he said, "Keep it moving." Then came the line that exploded: even if something like that were true, repentance covers sin. And he added he didn't even need to repent. To many, it didn't sound like innocence. It sounded like deflection. The clip went viral instantly. Jaguar Wright jumped in, saying if T.D. Jakes was ever near Diddy's parties, it could only be for money or access. She called those gatherings leverage zones, places where compromising material gets collected. She claims video and audio exist, capturing powerful people in moments they never wanted public. Whether any of this holds up remains unknown. But once people believe real receipts or footage might exist, the fear changes completely. It's no longer whispers, it's the possibility of undeniable proof waiting to drop.
This is what happens to the white man. It's so unfortunate. You gotta pull back though, so they can see. That's crazy. Matt, move out the way. You're still alive. Look at that. Look. What you? There's a drink on his head. And that's James from Simeon Mobile Disco. He is a actual DJs. I'm supposed to pass out, but when they come to one of my parties, this is what happens to them.
Love you.
Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like, you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream.
Shout out to Diddy, Happy New Year. You know what it is, DJ Khaled, it's all about victory. I'm going in. You better believe it. Shout out to Def Jam, we the best. You know what it is. It's 2010, baby. It's the takeover. I'm going in.
Gene Deal added his own take. Why would a respected spiritual leader even be near the kind of parties insiders describe as far from holy? He says it's hard to explain unless someone is either endorsing or participating. He also hinted at tapes that could one day surface, and if they do, he says speculation ends and proof begins. That's the real storm looming. Not opinions, not gossip, but potential proof that could flip power overnight. Zoom out and you see this reaches beyond music and Hollywood into politics, tech, and more. When Elon sat with Rogan, they weren't just chatting, they dissected power networks. Why do certain names always seem untouchable? Elon boiled it down to one word: fear. Fear of exposure. Fear of secrets surfacing.
What people don't understand about Puff is this. He held the entertainment grip, especially for the people who was his former artists, in a chokehold. If you didn't do what he say do, if he didn't like you, you would never ever work for Bad Boy or anybody in the entertainment business again. He did it to Kirk Burrows. You understand? He did it to Wendy Williams. He did it to a lot of people, bruh.
Rogan mentioned Reid Hoffman. Elon simply said yes, uneasy. They compared elite circles to an Epstein-like compromise operation. Once someone's caught in a vulnerable moment, they're owned. That's ultimate control. Dave Chappelle described it another way: the industry as a trap. Not just bad deals, but a system designed to confine. When asked why he didn't just switch networks, he said it'd be like a slave fleeing one plantation for another. Different master, same chains. If even Chappelle felt trapped, what does that say about everyone else inside the machine? So after all this, Diddy's alleged secrets, Elon's data, the web stretching from studios to pulpits, what do you think is really happening? Random coincidences, or the first cracks in something massive? Drop your thoughts below. We're reading every one. If you found this wild, trust me, this is only scratching the surface. The next video goes even deeper into names and links you probably haven't heard yet. Go watch it now and tell us what you think.